Hello, Haseen.
Hey, doctor.
I was thinking I had my hours mixed up. I was thinking that it was 12 o'clock and not 1:10. And I was saying, and I kept looking up at the clock. Oh, let me just finish this up and then I'll be online and I'll be live. So, but anyway, thank you for the message. How are you?
I'm
You're,
fine, doctor. How about you?
you're fine. You're golden. You're awesome. You're amazing.
I'm golden, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've got, when people say I've got a lot on my plate, I have a lot on my plate, so time just escapes. Edwin, my son, called and asked, Mom, did you get your test? Did you get tested before the wedding? And I said, I'm supposed to? And he said, as an extra precaution, so I need to go get tested. So I've got an appointment for 3:30 today.
Okay.
I was filling out the information online. They wanted the information from when I had my first test. I'm like, well, where is that? So I have it on my phone, but you only have 15 minutes to find it. I'm scrolling all of these messages on my phone. Then I find it.
Okay.
And the computer says your time has expired. Now, so now I have to, well, everything is relatively close by. So I still had the picture, but then my insurance card is in here and it has those long numbers and they're really small. And I'm like, okay, well, let me just write everything down on paper. Then I can just sit down and do it. So I have an appointment scheduled at 3:30. Initially, it was 3:15. But since it took me so long to find it, they canceled that appointment and 3:30. But I bet if I go in at 3:15, that 3:15 appointment is still there for me. But it's just a mile down the road. So it's not out of the way at all. So that's good.
Yeah.
So I said,
well, doctor, you said a mile down the road.
Yeah, it's just a mile down the road. It may not even
need him.
No. The drugstore is just a mile down the road. But it could be, we just say, what is an idiom? It's down the road a piece. It's just down the road a piece. That's the idiom. But down the road, less than a mile. No, that's not an idiom. That is a fact. That is a fact. So where are you going? You all wrapped up? Are you cold?
No, doctor. Well, I was outside having some. I was at the grocery shop, and then it was time for the live stream. Well, I thought you started the live stream, and then you ended it. And then when I came home, I went to YouTube. I was looking for your live stream for today's session. I mean, and I said she for sure didn't go live today, so I need to remind her.
Yes, I'm glad you did, because I would have gone on at 2, thinking that it was 1, but I know I have to be someplace at 3:30. So Alexa, set alarm for 3 p.m. So I'll make sure that I'm leaving out at 3 to go to it. I sent you an image and I sent it to my accountability group because I wanted.
Yeah, well, I like it, doctor.
I did too.
You said Simon. You said Simon did that for you.
Yeah, Simon did it for me. So
it's a great picture.
So I'm going to put it on LinkedIn, maybe after this class. Well, that was what I was working on. I was working on the part that I wanted to write, just a little something that I wanted to attribute to it. So that's what I'm going to do. And are we meeting today? Yes.
So, doctor, what are we talking about today?
Well, I was waiting for you to come with a topic.
Yeah. You know, doctor, I've set myself accountable for learning at least one expression, one new expression, or one new word, English word every day. Okay. And my expression for today's session is to have a finger in every pie.
To have a finger in every pie. And
Yeah.
why would you want that?
Well, doctor, well, sometimes I am that type of person. I am the type of person that sometimes have a finger in every pie. I do so many things at the same time. I try to work on several things. Even when it's hard for me, I try to achieve everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So,
like the idiom, and I thought it would be a great idea to start using it from today's session.
okay. So when you say it though, because you use the word sometimes. So it can't be sometimes, you can't sometimes and have every pie. So it's either, I usually have my hand in every pie, but you can't, I can't always have my hand in every pie. It's
Okay.
really somewhat of a negative. So you have to be careful about the way that you're saying it. So you will say,
Oh.
Haseen, what are you doing today? Well, you know me, I've got my finger in every pie. It's like when they ask you on an interview, it's a negative, but you're turning it into a positive. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I'm really one of those people that like to stay busy. You might think of me as having my finger in every pie. That's a positive, but someone has asked you for the negative. Because it becomes positive at your job, it's just like you can count on me because I'm there for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, doctor. Well, honestly, at first when I read the expression on Facebook, I thought it only has a negative meaning. It means that someone is trying to interfere in others' businesses, like someone that's not minding his own business.
That's what it means.
And then I googled it, and it said that that's someone that's trying to control so many things at the same time.
Did it say anything else?
No.
Let me take a look at it. And then that word control is negative as well. It's like, what's her name? You like to listen to her song. I'm under your spotlight.
Jennifer Hudson.
You're trying to control me. Leave me alone. That's the type of having your finger in everything. You got to know what I'm doing. In 5 minutes now, 10 minutes from now, you're trying to control me. That type of control is negative. You see?
It is. Okay. Yeah, well, let's just put the verb manage instead of control. That would make a great sense.
But you wanted to use the idiom.
Yeah.
So you want you got lifetime. I want enough lifetime access. You can continue. We hope that you learn. I want anyway.
You know, doctor, I don't really understand why it's working for me to learn so many idioms in a short period of time and remember all of those idioms. But when it comes to learn vocabulary words, I find it so hard. I find it harder. I'm so good at learning idioms.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find out where we are. Well, anyway, I've explained it. I was trying to find it on YouTube. I mean, in the internet. Now I've lost where you are.
Okay, well, doctor, let me look for it and read where I find.
Okay, I'll just share the screen. I'll let you share the screen. Participants.
Well, doctor, it says to be involved in a large and varied number of activities or enterprises.
Okay, let me see. You can share.
Yeah, doctor, I cannot share. I can just read.
Okay, go ahead. Read it again.
Yeah. Okay. Waiting for it to open. Yeah, if you say that someone has a finger in every pie, you mean that they are involved in a lot of things. Example, he very much likes to have a finger in every pie. He's a man with fingers in a lot of pies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
well,
But
again, I think most people are going to see it as it's a negative. You're a busybody. You're into everyone's business, but your own. You're just trying
okay.
to manage. You're trying to control. You're trying to be about something that, you know, I am in a lot of things. That's what I would say. I'm in a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm trying to have my finger in every single pie, in every type of event that comes about. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that.
Mhm.
How realistic is that for someone who is sane, someone who is normal, to want to be involved in everything? You can't be involved in everything and be sane.
Never.
So it has a negative. But if you're asked this on an interview and they ask, "Well, tell us some of your weak points."
Okay.
Well, I really try to have my finger in every pie, but I still don't think I would say that. But I would rephrase it to, I really like people to succeed. So wherever I can, I try to help out. That's like having your fingers in every pie. But when
Okay.
you're saying, "What are you doing now, Hoss? You've got your finger in every single pie." That's like, I'm chastising you for, what are you doing now? You're doing too much, you know. So
Yeah.
if
Got your point.
you can still use it, but I think it might be used, find a different one, because you can't change the
Okay.
word. You can't change it. You just know what it means now. And it's not meant to be a positive.
Yeah. Well, doctor,
Yeah.
that what about the uh, it's an idiom. What about the idiom, the word, it's a verb actually. Sugarcoat, to sugarcoat someone or something.
Okay. To sugarcoat something. Right.
Yeah.
When you're
Does that
sugarcoating,
have a positive or a negative meaning?
as negative. It's negative.
Okay.
Okay. So I sent you a picture and I said, "I want you to give me your opinion of it." And you'll say, "I really like it. That's really nice. I love the color. I love the phrases. And I love everything." And then I hear you telling somebody, "Did you see that picture that she posted? What was she thinking?" Well, why didn't you say something and tell him, instead of telling me that it was really nice? So you're just sugarcoating something.
Okay.
You're making it seem nice, but it really isn't, which makes you a bad person. But
Okay.
if you have children, you sugarcoat everything. "Oh, what a beautiful picture. What a wonderful drawing. I love that
Yeah.
shirt. I love," like, where'd you get that shirt? But it depends on who you're telling it to. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but
Yeah.
sometimes you don't need to sugarcoat something. Like if it's really an ugly picture, you don't need to tell the child that it's an ugly picture, but you need to tell
Yeah.
yourself, like, no, no, that doesn't represent anything that you are about. So
Mm-hmm.
what
Yeah.
I'm looking, trying to think of
Yeah.
some good idioms. Um,
Well,
hmm,
since you gave an example about children's and parents that try to sugarcoat things with their
yeah,
children,
parent
this
sugarcoat.
morning I was, yeah, well, this morning I was talking to a friend of mine about children that don't eat everything. You know, it's something that's common among children,
Okay,
and that's called nailphobia, food nailphobia.
food
Uh,
nailphobia. Okay,
yeah.
I've never
Uh-huh.
heard of that.
So one of the solutions, doctor, that works with parents is sugarcoating meals that their children don't really like to eat. Like
Mhm.
try that the same meal with your child and try to complement that meal while your child is eating the same meal with you. And it really works.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't that Edwin had an affinity to peanut butter and jelly, but for a while we ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly. And I said, "Well, we're going to learn how to count." So
Okay.
I take a sandwich that's about yay big and cut it
Mhm.
into like 16 little pieces. Cut it, cut it, cut
Okay.
it, cut it, score it. And I'll say, "Now I'll eat one and you'll eat one." Sometimes I'll eat two, not that I really wanted two, but then he wants to do what I'm doing. So he eats two
Okay.
as well. But we get the sandwich eaten and we're full. So we don't need to eat anything else. So
Yeah.
yes, children like to do whatever parents do. And I also think that when he was small, I would put like applesauce is sweet and put beans together. I'll put the beans and the applesauce together and give it to him. So I don't necessarily think of
Okay.
it as sugar coating, but it was making something
Yeah, well,
sweet.
that's so smart of you, doctor.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one that does
Yeah,
it.
that's so smart of you, doctor.
All of it, everybody does it. All parents do it. All parents put their children, and this is what gets them addicted to eating sweets because they love the sweet taste. And that,
Yeah.
of course, can lead to obesity. So
Yeah.
there is that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think you were about to Google the word sugarcoat.
Sugar coat.
Yeah.
Sugarcoat. Okay, I'm looking at sugarcoat. Okay. Sugarcoat, coat with sugar while the oven is preheating, sugarcoat the cookies. Okay, you won't see him sugarcoat the truth, sugarcoating the truth, as I was saying, coding,
Mhm.
telling something like, that's an ugly picture, or I really like that picture. If you really like it, then it's the truth. But if you don't like it, then you're sugarcoating it. Make excessively sentimental. The
Mhm.
filmmaker's proficiency is overpowered by their tendency to sugarcoat the material. Yeah, over exaggerate one way or the other, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant. The scene, for example, that you sent me of Denzel Washington and I can't think of her name.
Mhm.
What's her name? But anyway, that was not sugarcoated. That was a really emotional, wrenching
Yeah.
moment. If you get to see that movie, it is really a great movie. It would be one I would watch again. I could watch it 2 or 3 times. Good movie. So I'm not sugarcoating it, but
Yeah.
sometimes,
Well, doctor.
mhm, yeah,
Yeah. Well, I said I Googled the word sugarcoat, and he said that we use the phrasal butter app for people, and we use the verb sugarcoat for things. So when you butter up someone, it means that you are complimenting that person until you get something that you're aiming for.
yeah, and
For
that could,
example, you
mhm,
yeah, just like when you butter up your boss,
yeah,
so as you get promoted.
yeah, that's sugarcoating as well. Sugarcoating and butter someone up, they all fall into the same category.
Mhm.
And then people would say that's just bullshit. to
Yeah.
be to the point, like that's not even true. It's not even half true. It's not even half true.
Yeah.
So that's what that is about and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, what was it I was going to say? So I was trying to find an idiom in my head that we could use for
Okay.
someone who has their hand in every pie.
Okay.
I can't think.
Well, doctor,
Mhm.
another is an expression that we use to say to describe someone that pretends to know everything.
Mhm.
We call him the is it the all know or the know all? The all know, I guess.
It's a know-it-all. It's a know-it-all. Oh,
Okay.
he's just a know-it-all. It's a
Okay.
KNWITALL, a know-it-all. And
I know it all.
that's a negative as well. You're just a
It is.
know-it-all. You just know everything.
Mhm.
But I think it could be good. I mean, it's really nice to know that someone knows something, but it really
Well,
is.
doctor, it's impossible to know everything. Well, this is the reason it has like more a negative meaning than a positive one.
Mhm.
It is impossible for someone to be familiar with everything.
Yeah. Well, you can't be familiar with everything because even though I know those. I don't know all of them. A busybody.
Yeah.
A busybody is someone who has a finger in every pot, in every pie. Or you've got too many irons in the fire. That's another one. You've got too many
I
irons.
know that one.
You've known that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And that
Yeah.
means,
I remember the first time I heard the idiom was in that school with the I believe my teacher, like the one that used to teach me at that school, is a member in the Facebook group. If
okay.
you're alive in that Facebook group, let's just shout him, "Hey teacher, and thank you for teaching me all of those great idioms." I still remember some of them.
What group is that?
Yeah, Speak Excellence English Facebook group.
Oh,
I believe you're not live streaming there.
no, no, I'm not live streaming there today. Here,
Yeah.
can you share it to the group? I mean, I try to share it to my Facebook group from here, but it looks like it just goes to my school group, or it goes out. I don't know where it goes, quite frankly.
Okay, give me one. I'm going to do that for you.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is the person's name again?
Okay. I did it, sir.
Okay, I'm going to check to see if it's on the Facebook page. Gmail.com. And
yeah, but doctor, you won't see the you will see the links to the live stream. That's the only thing that you will see.
So what did you post? The link was already the link was already there.
That's not the Zoom link.
Yes, it is.
The link to this live stream.
The
YouTube link, I mean.
Oh no, the YouTube link is not there. Oh, so he won't be able to join us. He will only be able to look. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the person's name again?
Yeah, well, his name is Mehdi.
Spell it for me. Maddie, maybe?
No. Mehdi.
Okay. I don't know that I've seen that name before. Okay. So the phrasal verbs, the idioms, slang, collocations, all of those are used to quickly broaden a person's ability to speak English with fluency. So learning a few of them and practicing as you are doing with a few of them, but not all of them at once. You're learning all of them at once, and then the person that's listening to you will be confused. You know, you said this idiom and that idiom. What? So just learn one, just like the vocabulary words. When you're learning vocabulary words, now it's obvious that you can't learn 10 vocabulary words and each one has 5 syllables and you want to use all of those in the same conversation. It just appears that you want me to know that you've either learned something or you're learning something, but I'm not following you unless I'm teaching you something. And in that instance, of course, I want you to use as many of them as you can in the amount of time that we have for planning the study, the course of learning. But after that, when you go out into the world and interact with your friends, that idiom may come up maybe twice or maybe just once, but you will remember it because you intentionally set out to learn it. Okay.
Yeah.
So oftentimes I think students will spend a lot of time saying words, but not really learning them because you can't use certain words in certain situations. You can, but realistically, these words do not fit in this conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So doctor, did you used to have difficulties feeding Edwin? I mean, choosing meals that Edwin likes when he was a child?
He didn't like anything. He didn't like anything.
Like just like everyone, just like all children.
Just like all children, he didn't have a favorite unless it was dessert, something sweet. but he didn't particularly care for anything. But because of the type of food his father enjoyed eating, he has
Okay.
nice, strong teeth. Edwin has strong teeth. My teeth are not so strong, but he can eat and bite, tough meat, bite into it. And his dad has very strong teeth as well. But it's the
Okay.
type of food that they eat, like stockfish. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know food that I don't cook because it takes too long. It takes too long to prepare. Um, and I just don't know how to cook it. That's probably more to the point. I never learned how to cook it. I never learned how to really cook it. I could cook it if I had some assistance, if his dad was in there helping me cook it. but as I would cook the food, I'd either burn it or
Yeah.
I think it would be done and it wasn't done. So I'm a spaghetti person. I love spaghetti. Put my
I
little
know you've already told me that.
Put that in the pot, boil it, stir up my ground beef, pour the sauce in there. Yum. Bon appetit. Bon
And
appetit.
bon appetit. Yeah.
Bon appetit.
So I was reading an interesting study that's related to the topic of children that like to eat food,
Okay.
several like particular types of food, and then they hate some other types of food.
Okay.
And he said that you know children's food preferences starts to be built like from the period that child is in his mother's uterus, doctor.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
And then if that mother eats a lot of sugar, and if the mother didn't used to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables during the pregnancy period,
Uh-huh.
his child is not going to love eating fruits and vegetables after his birth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again,
It said that
uh-huh.
all of those flavors coming from fruits and vegetables are dissolved in the liquid that's surrounding the baby in his mother's uterus,
Mm-hmm.
and then he can taste everything.
Yeah.
And this is the reason he will have difficulties like eating fruits and vegetables after birth.
And that makes perfectly good sense. But to continue that study or that thought, if the mother isn't eating it while she's pregnant, why is she
Mhm.
why would she bring it into the home to feed the baby?
Yeah.
That is just not a part of what she does. Unless we're thinking because the food is in a baby jar, the
Yeah.
food comes in a baby jar. And yeah, I'll pick up the peas and the smashed peas. I don't know, red tomatoes. No, I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
But it was there for
Mhm.
the child. So I would just mix it with applesauce or
Yeah.
peaches, and he would eat it. If he
Yeah.
would be like, I don't know if I like this or not. I don't know. And then you'd fool it. You just put a spoonful of peaches in there, and then oh,
Mhm.
okay, I like it. Then it comes with the peaches and the spinach. Like, oh, this doesn't taste like that. This doesn't taste like the other spoonful. What's wrong?
Yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
they'll
Yeah.
start to spit it out. But you
Mhm.
just take the spoon and give it back to them.
Yeah. Well, doctor, furthermore, the study said that if a
Mhm.
mother wants her children to love fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
um, she should eat a lot of fruits and vegetables during the three last months of her pregnancy.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
the period she should be eating a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And so yeah, and after birth, like after 2 years old, 3 years old, and that children starts to build like the real preferences,
Okay.
food preferences. I mean, well, she shouldn't be forcing that child to eat a particular type of food. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Okay. Don't force it on them.
And
Okay.
no, you don't have to force them.
Okay.
And it is preferable to choose the place where that child eats his meals from time to time. Like, uh,
Hmm.
don't have your meal all the time in the kitchen. He can
Oh,
have
really?
his meal in his bedroom if he wants to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Well, it's just
why?
that we're trying to create some freedom to that children, that we are trying to get him understand that it is okay for you to eat whatever you want, whatever you want.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't I don't know if that would agree with me. I don't think I would agree with that. I see what you're saying. You're teaching them independence, but while you're teaching them
Uh,
that
what
independence,
doctor?
mhm,
Doctor,
yeah.
it's just in their brains. They, whenever they see that meal, they relate the meal to the first place where they had it. Like if it were in the kitchen, they will hate that meal. They won't eat it. If they will have the same meal in another room, in another place, they will probably eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it might work for some children, and
Well,
it might not work.
it might work for all, but I just take that same scenario from food. Let it be anything. If they have to always read in the kitchen, they may hate reading. So let them read in their bedroom. If they want to date and they don't want to date in public, let them go to their bedroom. No, we ain't having that. No, this is where you
I
will
got
be.
your point.
This is where you will be for food. This is where you will read, and this is where you sleep. If you sleep, get up from the table and go sleep.
Yeah.
Because too much freedom allows for control. Like, why I've always ate all over the house. Why can't I eat over here now? Because I said so. Because I said so. When you get your own house, eat wherever you want. But for me, and the crumbs, the trash, the plate, like my nephew, maybe 8 years ago, came to live with me.
Yeah.
You cannot eat upstairs. You cannot eat. I can eat upstairs, but you cannot. Well, I would go to sleep. He tiptoe upstairs. He's an adult. Well, he's like 17. Guess where I find the plate under the bed because he's not cleaning. Okay, I said no food upstairs. Now guess where I find the plate, the spoon, and the glass? In the drawer. In the drawer. No, we're not having it. No, 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 no. No, that will not work. No.
Yeah, well, doctor, I just gave you the tip that I gave you about the place where children should eat their meals can be for a limited period of time, and then after a certain age, we can start teaching our children ethics.
Yeah, but do we do that?
Yeah.
But do we really do that? No, the way that we start,
No, we don't.
The way that we start is the way that we
end.
Exactly. Yeah. So let me have my finger in every pie or every part of my child's life to control kitchen, sleep, play. And we do those things outside. And I think I've said that when we moved here, Edwin was like 9. We do not have conversations outside of the house. When you're inside, then you speak. The neighbors do not need to know what we're talking about unless we're talking to the neighbor. But if you're talking to me, Alexa, stop. Have that conversation inside the house. Like you maybe tell me that I don't understand why I had to leave the library, or I couldn't play with my friends, or why did you have to pick me up early? No, that conversation stops until we get inside. Because no one needs to know that mama made you come home. No one needs to know that I made you do this. Nope. And then when he got his car, turn that radio down before you turn on the street. Because it boom, 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 boom. I don't want to be, all of that loud noise on my street. No, not my child. Turn it off or turn it down.
Well, doctor, is it because it's your child, doctor? Is it because it's your way of thinking?
It's my way of thinking. Because when other people come down my street, I'm like, why do they have all that noise going? But they're not my children. They're not my children. So you can go down the highway and you can hear people's music in their car and in my car. And I just have to roll up my window. Who needs to hear all of that? Who needs to hear all of that? It disturbs my quietness. It disturbs my peace.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I totally agree.
so,
I
so,
totally agree.
so when Edwin gets here, I tell him that you have to turn that noise down. And they have these cars, usually it's boys that have this loud mufflers, vroom, 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 vroom. Like, why? It's something that they put on the car. It sounds like it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
But this is the sound that they enjoy. They love to hear that.
Yeah, well, why do I have to share the same music, the same musical style as you? I'm not obliged to share that music with you.
Yeah, exactly. Unless I'm at a party and this is where we do this kind of thing. Everyone wants to hear this particular type of music. But if I'm in my house, no, I don't want to hear the neighbor's noise. No, maybe we have an ice cream truck. There's like an ice cream truck that comes out with the ice cream music. So all the kids will run out because they know it's the ice cream truck. And that's the purpose. It's like the ambulance. If the ambulance is coming, I need to move out of the way because there is a serious situation.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to do to take care of that. But it was just my preference. And what you're saying about raising children, different people, you know, some people would say you shouldn't spank children. Well, it worked for me. My parents spanked me if I did something wrong. But then there's another set of people that do not punish their children. They talk to them. Well, talking to me, I really didn't. I was not a bad child. But my brothers, my daddy would have to whip them. I don't even remember my mother whipping me maybe twice. I know I got one whipping. And I think my mother really didn't want to whip me. But she had asked who wet the bed. And I told her that I didn't do it. But my sisters, the three of us, we slept in the bed at the same time. And I have a younger sister who always took up for me and said she did it. So I was thinking I was safe. And I think she would have said she did it this time, but my clothes, you know, I don't know how old I was, but I put my wet clothes in the drawer. And that day my mom, and I had to go to school. Otherwise I would have taken them out. But I put them in, and my mother was looking for my pajamas and she found them and she hung them up on the line. I saw them when I got off the bus. And she said, I'm going to ask you one more time, who wet the bed? Not I. My older sister says she didn't. I don't know what my younger sister said. Maybe she said she didn't either. I don't know. But either way, I remember my mother whipped me with some little switches. It hurt, but I think I was just hurt more because she whipped me than it actually hurt. You know what I'm saying? But my brothers, my daddy had to stay in on my brothers all the time because they were just mischievous. They were just, you know, not so well behaved. They were not so well behaved. And but that was their set of rules. I don't remember ever really whipping Edwin actually, but I did punish him. I made him stand up. He did something and I wanted him to apologize for it. And he was stubborn and he wouldn't apologize. So I said, well, you'll just stand right over here in that corner until you apologize. And I went to bed and he was still standing there. And I woke up and he was still standing there. And guess when he apologized? The next morning. But he was just like, I'm not going to apologize right now. I'm just not going to do it. So,
yeah. Well, doctor, you should be sharing this story with everyone in his wedding party. That's something good to share.
You know, when I get up this week, I might just share that. So I might just share my little story.
You know, Doctor, up until my brother, like Muhammad's father, got married, I used to think that raising children is something easy.
Oh,
but looking to the way my brother is, I'm not going to say suffering, but he's actually suffering. And while he's trying to raise his children, like Muhammad, the other one is he's not making so much as many troubles as Muhammad, but it is hard, Doctor. It's so hard.
Yeah, and then he's got 2 and 1 more to come. That's got to grow up. And while Muhammad might be able to help with the baby, I don't think he can do very much with his 3-year-old brother. I don't think there's much help he can do there.
No,
because the 3-year-old brother, the 3-year-old brother sees the little brother.
He tries to play the, he tries to play the protector.
Okay.
But it's not working for him. He needs to be protected. How is he going to protect his younger brother?
Yeah, he can help with the baby, but the 3-year-old, I don't know.
But you know, my brother has never hit him, has never punished him, and he thinks that like hitting children is something forbidden, and that punishing children is something that can be done from time to time after the age of 7 years old. Yeah. Well, I've never seen my brother hitting Muhammad or like his brother.
Well, for me, Edrin didn't do anything that warranted me hitting him that I can remember. Yeah. I do remember we were at one of my friend's house and he was ready to go home. And I wasn't ready to go. And I said, Edwin, don't open your mouth again. Do not open your mouth again. And he went, oh! And I just closed it for him. But I don't really consider that hitting him, but maybe.
Yeah, but you are a good mother, Doctor. Yeah, I can feel that.
I think I was a good mother. I was a good mother to Edwin. And Edwin has patience. He just doesn't necessarily have patience with me, but he does have patience with other people. And when I say he doesn't have patience with me, I'll say, Edwin, how do I do this? Mom, it's on Google. Go to Google it. And there's a session that I want to go to at 2:00, which just came up on my phone. All right. Thank you so much for joining me.
Okay, Doctor. Letting me know. It's been a pleasure.
All right. As always, we'll talk again tomorrow.
Take care.
Tomorrow, I think. Okay.